Way down yonder.
There are different trails, but they all lead to the truth. Follow, 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 follow.
Welcome back to another episode of Rabbit Trails, where you never know where we may go. Today I want to talk about toxic masculinity. And I know y'all like, what? But you where I'm at. But as you know, I don't measure masculine as male or feminine energy as female. It is an energy, feminine energy and masculine energy. Therefore, either sex can carry both as they should. We just talked about in the last episode duality. So let's get into it. Toxic masculinity usually carries traits like gaslighting, commitment issues, cheating, being deceptive, even when not meaning to be. Usually people who carry toxic masculinity don't realize it because it's who they are and it's how they've grown to be. So they don't really see. If you're on the inside, you usually don't see it. But from the outside looking in, it can be seen until you do the shadow work and you work on those things that need to be addressed. Now, some of these tasks are learned over time through things that you've been through, which can make you close up and become toxic. From being hurt, cheated on, misused. Others of us, it can be hereditary. And I just did a little searching for myself, and even though I'm feminine, I've held a lot of masculinity. I'm a part of the LGBT community, so I've been in my masculine energy for a long time until I've become balanced, still working on it. Going through my family history, I realized some things. Most of the men in my family were players. My grandfather was a pimp. When my father passed, he actually had 2 women. It's just been a thing from the men to the women. It's not a lot of healthy love because we've been players and pimps and having commitment issues, and it's been passed down through generation. Now, being the black sheep of the family, you're usually the one that's on spiritually enlightened path. So as you're changing, you notice these things. As you do the work, you're noticing these things. And for me, it took for me to actually fall in love and to realize I don't want to hurt the people that I love. So what needs to change within me? Seeing as I was always afraid of commitment, afraid of getting hurt, not wanting to be vulnerable. This accumulated over time because of the failed relationships, betrayal, and not wanting anybody to get close to me, which makes it hard to be vulnerable, which gives you the commitment issues, and you really don't want to open up yourself wholeheartedly to anyone. Therefore, becoming toxic, gaslighting relationships, oh, I'm not ready, or also becoming a womanizer. Let's talk about that. Misuse of power, like using the love that people have for you as a manipulation tactic. Let me explain. If I know that you love me and that you'll do anything for me, I can use that to my advantage by doing whatever I want and knowing that you'll still stay. Sounds sick, right? And it is. When doing it, it can be fun. It can be very addictive. Over time, we've created an attention-seeking culture. Because when I was growing up, smashing some bad bitches, you know what I mean? How many women can I smash? How many women can I get? That was cool. That made me big dog. Like, you know what I mean? That nigga that won. You feel me? Like, and it's funny now because realizing these things, it gives you a chance to become a better person. Sometimes it takes for us to fall in love with the person, and a lot of us have got into these twin flame connections, and that it's what's really going to change you. A motherfucker who's a splitting image of you in a different way, and you have the qualities that this person needs, but this person has the quality you need. So for me, that's how I begin to realize these traits. When you got somebody who don't play, okay, motherfucker going through my phone, checking me on my shit, like, what is this? Making me realize that even if you're not cheating physically, you can be cheating emotionally by still entertaining different people, making false promises, trying to, still stay available to see if you got it. But when you crave something really real after a while and you really want that loyalty, you have to be able to give that, or it becomes very double standard. Like, yeah, I can do what I want, but if you do it, I ain't fucking with you. Where they do that at? That's not fair. But falling in love will make you change your mind. Sometimes you got to get hurt to feel the hurt that you've caused other people. And it's called karma. You will go through a lot of karmic relationships. Sometimes when you're that toxic, you will find someone, you will meet your match. You will think you was the baddest player out here, and then boom, now you meet somebody who do it like you, do it a little bit better than you, and have no qualms about it. That's where karmic relationships come in. Now God is allowing you to be on the receiving side of what you gave to someone else. Only difference now is that you're the one in love. It's nothing like learning a lesson through experience. Those are the hardest lessons,
but they are the best ones because they actually enforce that change. Now you get to see it from the receiving end. So all the things that you did to someone that wasn't right, you'll be able to see your reflection. And a lot of us that go through these things, we be like, oh yeah, I don't want that in my life, or I don't want this type of person. So therefore I don't want to be this type of person.
Sometimes it takes for you to meet your match or for you to fall in love and actually like someone so much that you begin to be afraid to lose them, so you begin to change. Only a real connection, such as a twin flame relationship, and that's what a twin flame relationship is for, to ignite all the things that need to change within you. That's why you guys are a reflection of each other. If you ever get the energy that you guys are basically each other's reflection, that is why. Because the things usually that you don't like about them are the things, the qualities that you have within. Also, the qualities you like about them be the qualities you have within. But love is a strong energy. It can begin to make you acknowledge the changes that need to happen within. You realize whether it be the scare of losing someone you love or just wanting to be a better person for not only yourself but the people around you. Because when you have these toxic masculine traits, you hurt people. You usually hurt the people that you love most by not being vulnerable or being a chronic cheater and a chronic liar. Just because you're used to being that way doesn't mean you have to stay that way. But you first must realize that you have things within you that need to change. That is the first step of acknowledging the change and then taking the steps to change it. Not necessarily for anyone outside of yourself, but just wanting to be a better person. Things like that will come to your attention when you are actually in something serious, or you realize that you want something serious. You want something, solidify. You want something solid. You want to actually build. It's like I said, a lot of those toxic masculine traits make you have a sense of not being able to commit. So you're never really looking for nothing serious. But when you get to that age and you're like, okay, I want something that's for me. I want someone who's for me. I'm actually ready for this, but I just don't know how. It's so much easier to deal with someone who has those type of traits as you, so you can actually feel. Because you can tell somebody something all day, but if they don't realize it, they won't realize it. And sometimes people don't realize it until they actually see it. Damn. Okay, well, this person do this and I don't like this. And then that gives you a time to self-reflect, like, well, damn, I do that too. And no, I don't like how it feels. So why would I want to do that to anyone else? These are the type of questions you start to ask yourself. Taking accountability for your own actions. You don't have to be what you've always been. And as you begin to heal and you do the process, you will begin to change those traits. That's what elevating is about. Elevating is about changing those traits, embracing those certain sides of you, changing for the better. Now, if I am what I want to receive, I can receive that. That's why a lot of people say that you attract what you are. And sometimes it's true. But if you're a light person, you attract everything. So you must be willing to self-examination and then have the willingness to change it. Hold yourself accountable. Whether you're male, female, it doesn't matter. You must have the willingness to change. No one can force you. No one can make you see it. They can bring it to your attention, but it's up to you to want to see that things need to change and hold yourself accountable for a different result in the future or the sake of elevation. Another sign is control, wanting to control the situation. That's what I was talking about earlier, the misuse of power, needing to control or needing to feel empowered, the ego boost. That's why the journey is a journey of killing the ego so that the ego doesn't control you, because the ego is something that we create to protect ourselves. Although at times we can make the ego work for us, it needs to be a balance, not using it as a form of manipulation. Because if you that one, you want multiple women or whatever, and you want to live that life, you at least got to give people the option if they want to mess with you or not. Be open, be honest, because there's somebody for everybody. If you want 6 wives, believe me, it's 6 women out there that's about that life. Don't drag people into it blindly. Be real, but don't be trying to get 6 wives and you can't take care of one. That's what I be talking about. People want lifestyles that they cannot afford. So if you got that Jezebel, that gigolo spirit, be by yourself until you learn what true love is. Don't be out here to destroying people's life. I know on my journey as being a spiritualist, I've had to call people and be like, you know what, I'm sorry, and really be wholeheartedly sorry, because you can really fuck up people's life playing over people when it comes to love. Putting people in situations now where they feel like they have to defend themselves, or some crazy competition. Bring healthy love back. Bring balanced relationships back. Heal and bring vulnerability back. Let me know down in the comments how this resonates with you, or if you know somebody like this and what you would like to hear next. For all your spiritual needs and products, go to findyourpeace.com. I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.
Follow, 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 follow.